evening, y'all. I'm still in the kitchen. Actually, I've come back in the kitchen. I made the rye bread today. And my phone rang just now, and it was a special young man on the line. Little Richard called, and he wanted to know, could I make some chicken and rice? And he would come up here and pick Jordan up. And then Josh can come over. That's my adopted grandson that lives behind us. I've talked about him a bunch. He said, and then what's left we can take to work tomorrow, and me and Jordan and Josh can eat it for lunch, and that'll save money. So I thought I'd just bring y'all in the kitchen while I spoil my grandsons a little bit and make them some chicken and rice and tell you what I'm doing. Now I've already got my big stove pot on the stove with probably 8 cups of water in it. And I put about a half a cup of better than bouillon chicken in it. I'm going to add some more water. I've got it filtered in my Brita filter. And I added 1 package of onion soup mix and 1 package of beefy onion soup mix. That's so far. Now I'll add my onion and garlic powder and some more stuff, and I'll tell y'all what I put in it. But I've got that heating, and it's too strong right now. I've got to get the rest of my water in there, and what I do, I just taste of it till I get it about right. Then I add my rice in there and let it cook, and I'm going to use my canned chicken, whether it's ugly chicken or pretty chicken. I canned it, and it's going to go in the chicken and rice, and of course it just shreds, and we love it. We love to use it for chicken and rice. So I'm going to probably bring the camera over a little bit closer where y'all can watch what I'm doing, and I will get this chicken and rice made and feed those boys here in a little bit. Okay, I was just going to show y'all. See how dark the juice is with using the beefy onion soup mix? Gives it just another level of flavor. So let me see if my water's dripped through on my Brita. I run it through my Berkey. But then because we have so much calcium in our water, I always put it through the Brita to get rid of the calcium. I'm going to put a little bit more water through here because, of course, my rice will soak up a lot of my juice. I'm going to wash my rice several times and get as much of the starch out as I can. And then I'm going to go get my chicken and go ahead and put it in, get my flavor just right. And then I'll add the rice and let it cook, and it'll be ready before they get here. Okay, y'all, I'm going to add some garlic powder, about a tablespoon. And I'm going to add probably a couple of tablespoons of onion powder. If this was just for me, I would saute some onions down, but the kids don't like onions. And just for me, I'd put some bell pepper in it. Okay, I'm going to let that come on up to heat, and I'll check my flavors and see what else I need to do. Okay, y'all, I'm adding some of this organic no salt seasoning from the Kirkland's brand from Costco. And I'm going to see if I can read what's in it. It has organic onion, garlic, carrot, black pepper, red bell pepper, tomato flakes, orange peel, bay leaves, thyme, basil, celery. Let me see what that says. Cumin, marjoram, coriander, cayenne pepper, citric acid, and rosemary, and mustard seed, and savory. So it has a great variety of and lemon peel, celery. It has all kinds of goodness in it, but there's no salt. So you can add it to something for another layer of flavor without adding extra salt. So I put a good tablespoon and a half of that in there. So I'm fixing to go get my chicken and put it in where it'll heat, and then I'll rinse my rice until there's no milky looking water coming off of it, get all the starch out of it, and then I'll put it in there, and it'll take about 20 minutes and the chicken and rice will be ready to go. Okay, I'm just going to run water through this colander until the water that comes out at the bottom is not cloudy. and milky looking. That way the rice won't stick together so bad and be just a solid hunk of what's left over from the chicken and rice, because it will absorb most of the moisture. Can y'all see how cloudy it is down in the sink? I spilt some rice too, but that mesh thing will catch it. And I just wash it. Now I'm using about 3.5 cups of rice. You really don't have to measure 2 cups of water for a cup of rice. You just cover your rice real good with water. I mean real good. Have some extra above it and you'll come out okay. My friend said she was taught by a lady that worked in a cafeteria that the best way to cook rice is just to cover it real good with water and boil it till it's tender and drain it. She said that's how they always cooked it in the cafeteria. And she said that, Cindy, y'all heard me talk about Cindy, she said that's the only way she's cooked rice in years. So we won't be draining this, but we're going to cook it in the, it's just about coming out clear now. We're just going to cook it in the juice over there. And it'll be done. Okay, let's get back over to the stove. Okay, let me get the rice in. And yes, my pot's full, but it will absorb some of it, and so that way it won't boil over. Okay, I'm going to let that come back up to a boil, and then I'll cut it down to a simmer and put my lid on and let it cook for about 20 minutes. I think I forgot to show y'all putting the quart of chicken in, but I dumped it in and I just mashed it with my spoon to shred most of it, because they don't like big bites of the chicken. So I've just got it now back up to a simmer, and I'm going to cook it until the rice gets tender. I've just got it on low. Okay, y'all, the rice is done, and I I added about a cup of heavy whipping cream. I always add that at the end to make it creamy and good. So I would put black pepper on mine. I don't know if they'll like it or not, so they can do their own. But that's how quick and fast, if you have your chicken canned, that you can make something yummy. And this is real good on a cold day. It's not cold today here, but that's what he requested, so that's what he got. So anyhow, there it is. Okay, y'all, thank you for coming in the kitchen again and listening to me rattle a little bit and seeing what I'm cooking those grandkids. I'm fixing to dish some up and get them some crackers to go with it, and let them fill their tummy, and then what's left over, well, we'll box it up and they'll take it to work tomorrow to have a meal instead of, because they always go out and they're spending too much money eating out. So they can eat Nana's chicken and rice tomorrow and save them $10 or $15 a piece. The good Lord bless and keep y'all. I'll be back here in a day or two with something else good to eat. And in the meantime, stock your pantries, say your prayers, make some memories.